What's up, good people? It's your man. I just wanted to jump back on here and talk to you guys. I hadn't posted a video in a couple of days, and I see that a couple of my videos are starting to get more traction, and hopefully it's because people are tuning in to hear my truths about this president and the things that he's doing and the things that he has planned to do. But from my last post, I stated some things as far as I believe that World War III is going to occur on his watch, whether it's because of his actions or not. World War III is going to happen while this guy is in office. And as well, I spoke about how he bragged on the prices of energy, more so in reference to the prices of gas being down compared to prior years around this time. But I mentioned that typically before wars kick off, and I don't know why it happens like this, the price of gas goes down, and before you know it, the prices of gas are going to skyrocket, especially because of the looming war between Iran and Israel, and possibly between the United States and Iran, because that fighting that's going on between Israel and Iran has pretty much become a war. Just in the past couple of days, Iran retaliated against Israel and struck a hospital, a major hospital, and also they sent bombs into one of the largest cities, if not the largest city in Israel, hitting some buildings and hurting some people. Hurting some people there. And so I'm saying these things because there are what they call laws or rules of war, to where civilian targets are not supposed to be, or civilians aren't supposed to be targeted, and all kinds of little nuances in there, which makes no sense, because in war, you want to strike the most vulnerable people or the most vulnerable areas of a country when you're at war. And so Iran is not going to follow by any of those war rules that they have, or whatever they actually technically call them. Because as we can see, like I say, Iran has already struck civilian targets in Israel, to where they don't care who gets hurt in this process. And it's only going to get worse as time goes on. And the president of this country states that he's giving Iran a 2-week, window or whatever have you, to come to the tables and sit down with him and come up with an agreement and all this nonsense. To where Iran responded to the president of this country and told him that they're not backing down from anything that the United States wants to bring from a vantage point of war. Because this president, he uses bully tactics, and his bully tactics, they don't work. He's been trying to bully every single country as well as its leaders, and it has not worked at all. He has not been successful in bullying none of these countries. He called himself trying to bully Canada, and Canada is not going for that, which Canada is one of our closest allies, if not the closest ally, because we share a border with them, and we are headed into something, and he's broken a lot of ties with our allies. And the ignorance of his cabinet or whatever they call these people around him, you would think that they would be like, hey, President, let's slow down, man. You're moving way too fast and you're speaking without thinking. Because he just says what he wants to. He calls people's names, out of their names, I should say. He's extremely rude, and he thinks that by him being that way, that he's going to make progress in anything. It's not going to happen. We are actually moving backwards with everything that he has tried to do. This country is moving backwards, y'all. And now, and I said it before, he wants to now go and backtrack on all of these so-called illegal immigrants that they've been picking up, and saying that they need to do something about this, because a lot of farmers, American farmers, are not going to be able to harvest their crops because their workers are sitting somewhere locked up, or they've been sent back to their home country. And so if the farmers can't harvest their crops, that means that the farmers are going to lose hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. That means that a lot of Americans are not going to have access to certain crops. And not only that, the prices of the crops that are harvested are going to be more expensive. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize my camera had fallen. But just hear me when I say that this guy, that these people voting in the office, is destroying this country one day at a time. He is just destroying this country. And for anybody to continue to believe in him shows the ignorance of that person, because it's just outright in front of you guys, the things that he's doing. And if you are unable to see that they're not working, then something is wrong mentally with you. And I'm not trying to talk negative of you, because if you have some type of mental block or whatever may have you, then you may need to get some help. Or you may need to sit down and talk to somebody that can help you navigate your way through this nonsense, and realize that this guy is not good for you, he's not good for this country, and he's not good for your family members and your friends. And so I say that mouthful because the price of gas and the price of oil is going to go up pretty soon. So we have to be prepared for that, because majority of the oil that is shipped around the world has to pass through Iran. And so if Israel and the United States is unable to conquer Iran and conquer that passageway from where the oil moves through, then the price of oil is going to go up, and it's going to go up quickly, and it's going to go up more than what we've seen in the past. And then that's going to be something now that he can't stand on and boast and brag about, because he's going to be considered the one that caused the price of gas to go up extremely high as well. You see what I'm saying? It's karma that keeps coming around and biting this guy on the backside, because he talks too brashly. And one thing that we have to realize, that God does not like a boastful heart and a boastful person. And that's what he is. He boasts and brags about any and everything that he claims that he's doing and has done, but he hasn't done anything. He hasn't fixed anything within this country. He has not made the lives of anyone better in these few months that he's been in office. And all we keep hearing is, well, give him time. It's going to take time for these things to work. But we're not going to have any time once we go to war with Iran, and even if the United States or Israel is able to conquer Iran in a sense, the war is going to be ongoing forever and a day. Let's think about it. How long has the United States military been in the Middle East and has to stay stationed there for what? Because the Middle East is constantly at war. It's just something that's not going to ever end. And now this idiot has made it even worse, not only for the American soldiers, in which he just so many days ago on his birthday had a celebration with the military and talking about all the, and now look what he's doing. He's going to cause hundreds of thousands of American soldiers to lose their lives. And if we're not careful, it's going to be hundreds of thousands, even millions of civilians in the United States that are going to lose their lives. Because like I just mentioned to you, Iran does not have any type of compassion for the United States and for the American people. And so if they are able to shoot nuclear weapons and anything else over here and hit targets in the United States, you best believe that's what they're going to do. And it's not that I want this to happen, because I don't. But this is what is going to happen because we have stupidity leading this country. We have ignorance leading this country right now. And then they sit and, Iran doesn't have any nuclear weapons. Iran has the capability, though, to build a nuclear weapon. For one, no one outside of the Iranian government and the people that are involved in their nuclear program truly knows what on earth Iran is hiding underneath that mountain. All we could know is that Iran has a nuclear arsenal that's bigger than Russia's, that's bigger than the United States. We have no idea. But I'm going to tell you what Iran is hiding under that mountain. Iran has nuclear weapons already developed. They are prepared to go to war with any country, and they are not going to back down. They don't care how big of a so-called powerhouse you may think that you are. And even if you are a powerhouse, with war, there are going to be innocent lives lost on both sides of the coin. And all for what? All because of egos? All because one country wants to be bigger and better than the other country? Because that's the problem with Russia. Russia wants to take over Ukraine. And so we got all these wars going on, y'all, that other countries are going to be stretched thin. And with the things that the so-called president of the United States has said and done, a lot of countries that would have immediately come to the table to defend and fight alongside the United States, they're going to be hesitant now. They're going to actually sit back and contemplate whether or not they should step into these altercations and fight alongside the United States, just because of the stupidity and the ignorance and the arrogance of this so-called president. And if I'm not telling the truth, by God, nobody knows what the truth is then, if what I'm saying is not true about what's going on in this country right now. And so that boasting about oil and gas prices, that's going to have to end now, because that's going to change, and it's going to change real soon. And if he does decide to try and drop this bomb that has not ever been tested in war in order to try and destroy a nuclear facility that's located hundreds of feet underneath a mountain. Y'all see what I'm saying? Are you going to really be able to do that? Is it really going to work? Because all I see him doing is upsetting the Iranians and pushing the United States into a full, blown out war. But y'all, I just want to say that little piece and get that off my chest. There's so much more I could go on and on about. But all I can say is, man, y'all stay prayed up. I'm not afraid of what may be on the horizon, and neither should you guys be. As long as you have faith in the higher power, which is God and Jesus, then you have nothing to worry about. But like I said, a lot of people aren't going to wake up until they see bombs flying overneath our heads here in this country and bombs blowing up over our heads here in this country, and all of that crap that he spoke about, saying that we were on the brink of World War III when Biden was in office, and that he is the only president, the person that could stop World War III from happening. And go back, Google it. That man has had speech after speech claiming that he would be the end all when it came down to World War III or any type of wars, that he is the peacemaker. And we are seeing the complete opposite here in 2025. But go back and Google it if you don't believe what I say. And hear it and read it and see it for yourself. And know that this guy has done nothing but lie to the American people. He cannot stay on any type of subject. He goes off, and it's like he just goes off the rails into a whole nother world, talking about things that have nothing to do with the immediate conversation that he may be having. And it's always about Biden. What about you, Donald J. Trump? What about the things that you are doing? But hey, man, y'all take it easy out there. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's your man, Mr. Cam, and I love y'all. Now, talk to you soon.